Rick over the team, ready to go with those Dark Tris. Oh, not gonna lie, some Dracthyr looks are really pretty. I gotta say, very pretty looking. Silence on the Rick immediately is going to be Leo trying to see if they keep the damage rolling off the bat onto Rick as he ports it to his little cubby. He is going to yoink it from the cubby immediately. IBF out for Leo, trying to keep that army of undeads rolling. We are missing somebody over for the team too. We did pick up a hunter, but whoever is that one person that we're missing, hopefully Leo or somebody in the team can maybe stabilize. And what is happening? What is A-Bomb doing? A-Bomb is just going on a walk for a second. I don't really understand. Young Jay on this team. We got also Shiboshi as well as Kurdy. But the Rick trying to see if he can get himself that Aya kill rug. Leo is going to go for that quickie yoink into another ward. Fear for a second. Leo does have a way to break out of it. Is going to go for the human racial to break out of the stun. Rick is actually taking quite a decent bit of damage. Silence could potentially put him in a bad spot. Does he have any way out? He needs support. Goes for Warlock Hellstone. Try to see if he can get himself a cast. He's going to get a juke. Gloomhounds are in. Fear back on Leo. Main to go for a Tyrant. He's got a lot of pets available, but it's going to be yet another grip. But a port in order to reposition is massive. For Rick, he's got his pets all buffed up and ready to go. Leo is going to have to get himself some sort of a survivability thing here. Is going to go for a quick grippy. Oh, wait, I'm switching to the wrong person. For a second, I was going to say, like, wait, did Rick port? No, I'm just an idiot. I'm just a big, dumb idiot dummy. You're just stuck in the bushes. Man's a bush. Oh, no. He's still alive, though. And Rick is going to go behind that little wall right here, behind this corner right here. It is going to be all those pets join in. Make sure your pets are not on passive, by the way. Make sure they're actually attacking Rick. Make sure they're all not on passive. Silence on a Rick. He's got some mad gateway. Can you pour him back in? Can you yoink him back in? If you can somehow get a yoink back in to get him on those pets, you might be okay. Really trying to go for as many death strikes as possible, looking for whatever recovery he's got. Rick is pelting him from around the corner. Hand to go downs and all those pets just to keep building up even more pets as best as possible. Is going to be a pit lord that Leo gets to avoid. Leo left with not a lot of health. Does have a death pack coming up. IBF death pack. IBF a death pack. Gives him just a little bit more health to work with. Not a lot to survive here, but just enough to work with things. At least for a moment. Gloomhounds and still more demons just getting sent out from the nether by Rick. Just an endless onslaught, endless waves of armies of demons. Stun onto Leo, cannot break out of this really easily. It's going to be that reflect. Leo closing the gap to try to get a death strike or two. Silence short onto Rick, who does go for a trinket. Leo with that Lichborn is going to go pick it up whatever healing he can off the main demon. At least death strike is doing something better than nothing. Rick does end up picking up all that health with a big chomp on that Warlock Hellstone. Pit Lord ready to fire, but it's just not in a position, and Leo forced to back away. He's gonna have to wait until the army of the dead is ready with AMS and everything. I think that's all he's got. It's gonna be his last chance. His army of undead, silence of the Rick, lock him down, get the good grip on the port or on a gateway, and maybe he'll be okay. That's all he could do. Maybe built up some pressure. Gonna be the reflect for Rick. Blind for a second. There goes the army. Assembling the Avengers. Silence on the Rick for a second. Axe toss on Leo. Rick just needs a little bit more time. Just avoiding those undeads as best as he can. Leo tried to go for death strikes, but there's just not much he can do. And Rick does end up taking it. With Dan doing gonna be up next. Rick has wall back up. He's trying to see if he can reposition himself towards the back of the pillar here, or towards the room, I think, again. If at all possible, is going to go for the big hammer. Rick should have a Warlock Hellstone, maybe? Possibly? He might need to get a fresh one. I don't know what's happening with Dan. He's like blinking all over the place, but he's trying to get over there. He's definitely trying to get over there as best as he can. Hope Holy DKs get that perma armor build since it will never be a necromancer class. It seems fitting. Yeah, I mean, you basically instead of popping Festering would you summon a ghoul. So you pretty much don't even play into Apocalypse. You just like constantly summoning ghouls regularly. It's gonna be pretty awesome. You are encouraged to recycle him and sacrifice him, but like when you sacrifice a ghoul, you can transform him into like mages of the dead and stuff. Hodge on a Dan having to bubble out of this one. Dan made a small mistake, but couldn't really get himself out of that stun. I think because he used the dark iron racial, so he wasn't able to use a proper trinket there. Did have to use a bubble though. So unfortunately, it is not great for him, but Axe toss though, interrupted more holy, and Rick takes it. Oh my goodness. I think he tried to go for a good Searing Glare. I think he barely had the angle, but the Axe Toss just stops him. But the Holy Baron going to be up next. He's got to be very careful. Next time a Hodge is ready, you got to make sure another ward isn't out. Otherwise, you're going to put yourself in potentially in an unwinnable position. Got himself the Dawn Light damage onto Rick too. So if you can get the Dawn Light going, Warlocks are highly susceptible to it. Try to see if you can stay on top of Rick as best as possible. Hodge, make sure you don't sand it. Fear does not get hit by it. Axe Toss, okay, it's fine. You can still maybe Hodge. Spell Warden, this is going to be huge. Although some physical damage is going to go through it. He's able to punish Rick right now. Rick can't really do much. Searing Glare is going to stop some of those pets. Is going to get blind onto Rick as well. The Dawnlight 2 could potentially be a ton of damage. Holy Baron does get a juke, however, with that kick, but it doesn't matter. Overlord went to swing, but then realized that Rick is down. He's like, you know what? I won't break. I won't break. He literally had his axe midair. He could have landed potentially a kill, but he's like, you know what? No, I'm going to go and break. Rick is down. Everybody a little lagging against me. They are blinking all over the place though, Rick. To be fair, on my screen, they are blinking. Yeah, no, they're teleporting. I don't think it's the fact that they're trying to teleport. I think it's just servers are not having a good time. Plus, Pally, when you're horse, they technically disappear for a second and the game is trying to pinpoint where they are, but he doesn't have a good job doing it. I think that's why it's happening. Baron getting hit with a lockdown, full stun. Shabashi just trying to see if you can get that Dawnlight rolling in. Laying hands out for Baron, trying to keep that damage onto Shabashi as much as possible. Blind for a second. Stun before the Searing Glare goes through. Trying to get a Searing Glare of his own. I don't know if it connected. I think it might have connected. Baron does have to go for a bubble here. Shabashi back it up out of here. Trying to see if he can get himself out of dodge. He's still got a bubble, so for Baron, he's behind in this chess match. Massive repent, but you have like no health, you're dead. Oh, I was gonna say, that is so cool, but you're dead. The only just kills you. I like how clutch that CC was. It's kind of cool. We don't really see a lot of that. Don't really see a lot of that CC in particular. But Mies is going to be up next with Shaboshi, who does have a bubble. Does a Spell Warden. I think used a Lay on Hands maybe. Mies going for that stun immediately though. So I think maybe wanted to go for Blink than stun, but then used it a little early and decided, you know what? I'm a Poly. And maybe just land a CC, land a reset a bit. It's got a good roots on Shaboshi. It's a Meteor. Common Storms are flying in. I think maybe with the Meteor, we did have a Ray of Frost together with that freeze onto Shaboshi. Potentially lots of shadow damage, but was not able to really do much past that. And with Mies, he's just going to have to take it a little bit slow, a little bit steady. Shifting power is up and at him though to get those cooldowns back and available. Shaboshi does get hit with more flurries. Going to be some more random pockets of comets hitting him as well. Mies having to burn through a lot of mana, just spell stealing all the buffs from Shaboshi. Is going to go for a bit of that invis to get himself DR. Big spike with a Pyroblast that is huge. It's going to be a lot of damage by Shaboshi though. Mies has no health. Shields last second, maybe looking for a block. That's the second block. It's going to give you some recovery. 42% dampening, not really letting that health come back all that quickly. But Shaboshi, unfortunately, does have a Dawnlight Breath to follow. Unless you go for a stun. He doesn't go for a stun. Ray of Frost may not be enough. He's gonna have to get it. Actually, Ray of Frost did a lot of damage. Flurry. Oh, shields. I was gonna say, maybe if you have shield, maybe that'll be enough. Because he got really, really low. Trapmaster X is gonna be up next. Last one left over for the team 2. Just kind of charging out towards Shaboshi. The guy does not pick up eyes. Oh. Hit him with one. Cleaving a little. You guys are gonna have to make clear. He has a bit of cleave. He has a little bit of cleave. I'm not sure what for. Maybe it's for a reason or two. Maybe there's some value to it. Freezing Trap winning for Shaboshi. Trapmaster's taking a lot of damage though. Binding Shot, is that enough? Black Arrow is kind of nice though. The more of those you can get, the better. Substream deck, how do you, my man? Unless the DK pets are like BM pets, it won't be as good as you'd want it to be in PvP. I mean, the DK pets are... I feel like DK pets are actually kind of effective, at least when they're like... At least your main pet when it's empowered is kind of good. But no, I get it. I feel like maybe... I think more pets need to be like Demon pets, right? And Shaboshi does land the kill. Yeah, unfortunate. Unfortunate. Let's see if we get ourselves one more go. And Shaboshi picking up 3, actually. Well done, well done. Well done, well done. How you doing, by the way, Chills? Hope you're having a good one.